Good afternoon, Brian. It's Saturday. So if you're watching this right now, you obviously know that I missed my vlog last night. Yeah. It was Friday, I was at work a little bit late, and then I had to come home and cook dinner. And by the time dinner was done, it was a little bit late, and I had wanted to go to bed early last night to get up early this morning. And I intended on vlogging last night, and I meant to after dinner, and then it just slipped my mind, and it never happened, and I didn't think about it again until this morning when I woke up. I'm sure you know how that goes. So, unfortunately, yes, I did miss my vlog. And I know that after being a little bit late last week when I was on vacation, we decided to make everything wiped clean, considering you owed 2 punishments, and we were all back to being even and nothing and no punishments and everything. So now I guess I'm late. Do with that what you will, I guess. But again, I'm really sorry. It's kind of terrible. But anyways, I mentioned that I had to get up early this morning, Brian, and that's because I ran my first half marathon this morning. A half marathon is a really long distance. 13.1 miles to be exact, although the race wasn't exactly exact. Oftentimes when you run races, usually if you're tracking the user distance yourself, that usually ends up showing that you went further than the distance of the race. My assumption for that is that they would definitely not want someone's app to say something longer than the race, like, oh, they don't want the race to be shorter than it's supposed to be. So to make up for people possibly, on a curve taking the inside versus the outside and do all that, they might make races a little bit longer than the posted distance so that everyone that runs the race has definitely at least run that distance. But suffice it to say, even though the race was supposed to be 13.1 miles, my phone actually said I ran 13.74 miles today. But at that distance, it's not really a big difference. The point is, I ran a half marathon. It was really pretty. It was the Triple Lakes race in Greensboro. I'll put a link in the description, I guess. But it's a trail run, and it's very different than the Salem Lake Greenway Trail. The Salem Lake Greenway Trail is paved for a good part of it, and even the parts that are not paved are extremely wide, anywhere from 8 to 12 feet probably wide. It's packed dirt, it's very easy to run on, it's very flat, it's very nice. The hills that they have are big hills, and they're, pretty consistent, and then they go down. There's not really any knobbly routes. The surface of the trail is very flat and even, which is nice. This race was much more like a hiking trail. It was very narrow, maybe 1 or 2 persons wide at the most, but usually closer to 1. And not, consistently straight, but like very winding in and out through the woods, around trees and all that. There were lots and lots of very sharp, sudden dips where you'd, go up a pretty steep little mound for 3 feet and then down 4 feet and then back up a foot or 2, like lots of random things. Also, it was not a nice packed dirt flat trail surface. It was super rooty and super rocky, and it was very difficult to run on. I mean, it was like the trails at Hanging Rock or Pilot Mountain. I think I stumbled probably 24 times. I fell once. But it was gorgeous. It was in the woods, so it was super pretty, and it went around the edge of Lake Brant, which in Greensboro, which was extremely gorgeous and pretty, and it was in the morning, so the light was still not super bright, and everything was still that foggy that you get around the lake. It was just a really pretty run. So that's what I did with my day. It was super duper exciting, and I would love to run a 5K with you at some point. So hopefully, if you end up getting back into that, that'll be something we could do. Again, I'm sorry this vlog is late. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the rest of your weekend is good, Brian. I'll see you Monday.